Texas Driver's License Road Signs Guidance from Texas Driver Handbook. This will help with the road sign test. Warning signs. Warns of a traffic control signal ahead. Road ahead makes a sharp turn in the direction of the arrow, right, slow down, keep right, and do not pass. Height of underpass from road surface is shown, do not try to enter if your load is higher than the figure shown on the sign. There is a winding road ahead, drive slowly and carefully, and do not pass. Advises you are approaching a section of highway where the opposing flows of traffic are separated by a median island. The divided highway you are traveling ends ahead, be careful as you approach the point where two-way traffic begins again. You are approaching a point where two roads come together and an additional lane begins, you are not required to merge, watch for traffic in the new lane. Slow down on wet road, do not suddenly turn, speed up, or stop. The road curves one way, right, and then the other way, left, slow down, keep right, and do not pass. You should drive in the right-hand lane and expect oncoming traffic in the left-hand lane. Another road enters the road you are traveling on from the direction shown, watch for traffic from that direction. Road ahead makes a gradual curve in the direction of the arrow, right, slow down, keep right, and do not pass. Slow down, the road surface ahead is in poor condition. Cross road ahead, slow down and watch for cross traffic, look carefully in all directions for traffic. Cross traffic gives advance notice of a reduction in the number of lanes of pavement ahead. T-intersection. You are approaching a T-intersection and must turn left or right, be prepared to yield the right-of-way at the intersection if necessary. Y-intersection or side road traffic to the right. There is a low place in the road, slow down in order to avoid losing control of your vehicle or an uncomfortable jolt. You are approaching a point where other traffic lanes come together with the one you are in, watch for traffic from that direction. Use extreme caution to avoid running off the paved portion of the highway, because the dirt on the side of the pavement is soft and may cause you to lose control of the car. You are near an area where a large number of pedestrians cross the street, slow down and watch for pedestrians. The bridge ahead is not as wide as the road, slow down and use caution. You are near a school, slow down, watch for children, and prepare to stop suddenly if necessary. The road you are traveling on intersects a highway ahead, slow down, look to the right and to the left for other traffic, and be prepared to stop. The surface of the road is covered with loose gravel, go slow enough to keep complete control of your vehicle, do not apply brakes suddenly or make sharp turns. The road ahead makes a sharp turn to the right and then a sharp turn to the left, slow down, keep right, and do not pass. Mounted in front of an obstruction which is close to the edge of the road, such as culverts, or center piers on divided highways. Warns of hazardous condition on bridge caused by ice. This sign will be displayed continuously during winter time periods. Drivers should slow down, avoid applying brakes suddenly, or making sharp or sudden movements. Mounted immediately in front of an obstruction or at short changes in road alignment. Used to indicate the alignment of the road as an aid to night driving. Indicates traffic is permitted to pass on either side of a traffic island or an obstruction. You are approaching a downgrade, all drivers approach with caution, it may be necessary to use a lower gear to slow your vehicle. Used to mark the ends of the side rails of narrow bridges and other obstructions. The sign will have yellow lights flashing, top and bottom. When the freeway ramp ahead is metered, the ramp meter, red or green, directs motorists when to enter the freeway. Slow your speed and watch for trucks entering or crossing the road or highway. The road ahead curves sharply, slow down, keep right, and do not pass. There is a sudden high place in the road ahead, slow down in order to avoid losing control of your vehicle or an uncomfortable jolt. The pavement narrows ahead, slow down and proceed with caution. The hard-surfaced pavement changes to an earth road or low-type surface, slow down. The lane ends ahead. If you are driving in the right lane, you should merge into the left. There is a significant drop from the pavement edge to the shoulder. If you must leave the pavement, slow down and steer firmly. The pavement has been grooved to lessen the possibility of slippery pavement in wet weather. Motorcyclists should use caution. Be prepared for a stop sign ahead. Slow down and watch for individuals who may be disabled or who may be crossing the road in a wheelchair. Regulatory and warning signs. Regulatory traffic signs instruct drivers what they should or should not do. In certain circumstances, drivers must obey all regulatory signs in the same manner as traffic laws. These signs help protect the safety of all road users. The following table provides examples of common regulatory and warning signs. If you wish to turn at an intersection where this sign is posted, do so only in the direction indicated by the arrow. Stop. A red stop sign with white letters or a yellow sign with black letters. The stop sign means come to a complete stop, yield to pedestrians or other vehicles, and then proceed carefully. Stop before the crosswalk, intersection, or stop sign. This applies to each vehicle that comes to the sign. Slowing down is not adequate. High occupancy vehicle HOV preferential lane. Buses and vehicles used for carpools may use this lane only between the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. Advisory speed sign. This sign gives the highest speed which you can safely travel around the curve ahead. Do not cross yellow lines. The distance you can see ahead is so limited that passing another vehicle is hazardous and you may not pass. Do not pass other vehicles. This sign indicates 2 lanes of traffic are permitted to turn left. The traffic in the left lane must turn left. Traffic in the other lane has a choice. Stay in the right-hand lane if you are driving slower than other vehicles on the road. Do not park, stop, or allow your vehicle to stand idling in a parking space reserved for disabled individuals unless your vehicle has a disabled license plate or windshield identification card. Indicates the speed at which the exit ramp from a highway may be traveled safely. Turning left at an intersection where this sign is posted is prohibited. This sign tells you the maximum speed, in mile per hour, you are permitted to travel. Sign also indicates the maximum speeds permitted on the road for daytime and nighttime. Making a U-turn at an intersection where this sign is posted is prohibited. Trucks are prohibited from using or entering the roadway where this sign is displayed. If you see this sign facing you, you are driving the wrong way on a one-way street and you are directly opposing the flow of traffic. Drive to the right of this sign. This sign is used in advance of islands and medians. The road or street ahead is for one-way traffic traveling in the opposite direction. You must not drive in that direction or else you will be driving into oncoming traffic. This sign marks a place where you may cross over to the other side of the divided highway. This sign tells you the road you are on joins with another road ahead. You should slow down or stop if necessary so you can yield the right-of-way to vehicles, pedestrians, or bicycles on the other road. The use of a wireless communication device is prohibited in the school zone. School zone. The speed shown is in effect and the yellow light is flashing. Be extremely careful for school children. These signs are added to a stop sign advising that all approaching traffic to this intersection must stop before proceeding in the order you arrived. If two vehicles arrive at the same time, yield to the vehicle on your right. Red light photo enforced. On roadways with more than one lane with vehicles traveling in the same direction, slower traffic should travel in a lane other than the farthest left lane. The farthest left lane is for passing only. Drivers should not change lanes or turn across the double white lines. The center lane is only used for vehicles turning left, and should never be used for passing or moving through traffic. The only time a vehicle should enter the center lane is at a point where the vehicle will have time to slow down or stop to make a safe left turn. Vehicles facing the signal with the green arrow may proceed safely into the intersection. While turning left, you are protected from oncoming traffic that must stop for vehicles at an intersection. Vehicles turning at a protected light should use caution. A green signal will indicate when you may turn left. The road ahead is not open to any traffic. Look for a detour or other route. This designates the shoulder of the road should only be used by vehicles required to stop because of mechanical breakdown, tire trouble, lack of fuel, or other emergencies. Vehicles driving in the right lane must turn right at the next intersection unless the sign indicates a different turning point. Advisory speed sign. This sign gives the highest speed at which you can safely travel around the turn ahead. Instructs drivers that all traffic on the same roadway must merge into one lane. Guide signs are especially helpful when you are not familiar with an area. Guide signs tell you what road you are on and help you arrive at your destination safely. The table below provides examples of common guide signs. The only place where you may lawfully throw your trash on the highway is in a litter barrel. This sign advises that such a barrel is 1 mile ahead. Litter barrels are also found at all rest/picnic areas. The lane that has this sign above it exits ahead. Texas route marker signs tell you what road you are or will be traveling on. Plan your trip and know which road you want to take. This sign tells you what road you are on. It is a short state highway in a city or urban area. Interstate route marker signs tell you what road you are on. Plan your trip and know which roads you want to take. Indicates an officially designated highway that branches off the regularly numbered highway and goes through the business portion of the city. These signs are usually mounted above the road. The arrows indicate the lane or lanes to be used to follow a particular highway route. Travel information. This sign tells you which way to go and how far you must travel to get to cities, airports, and other destinations. Mileposts provide a means of identifying the location of crashes, breakdowns, or other emergencies. Mileposts are erected every mile on interstate highways. Lane use control signals are overhead signals indicating if motorists should drive in a specific lane. If a red X appears above a lane, a driver should not drive in that lane. A steady yellow X means a driver should prepare to safely vacate the lane over which the signal is located because a lane control change is being made. A steady downward green arrow means a driver is permitted to drive in the lane over which the arrow signal is located. Lane use control signals can be used on streets or highways. Railroad warning signs. Railroad crossing. This sign means you are within a few hundred feet of a railroad crossing. Slow down and be prepared to stop. If you see a train coming, stop. Never try to beat a train. Railroad crossbuck. Railroad crossbuck signs are posted at every railroad, highway, road, or street grade crossing and show the location of the train tracks. If more than one track is to be crossed, the sign will show the number of tracks. Always slow down, look, listen, and be prepared to yield the right of way to an approaching train. Emergency notification system signs are posted so the public may report unsafe situations and for railroads to respond to malfunctioning warning signals, vehicles stalled on the tracks or other emergency situations. Posted on each sign are an emergency contact number and U.S. Department of Transportation National Crossing Inventory Number. The inventory number identifies the exact location of the crossing. Gate and flashing light. Stop when the lights begin to flash before the gate lowers across your side of the road. Remain stopped until the gates are raised and the lights stop flashing. At railroad crossings, stop within 15 feet to 50 feet of the nearest rail when 1. You are directed to do so by a flag person. 2. There are flashing red lights or warning bells sounding. 3. There is any warning device telling you a train is coming. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if this video is helpful to pass the test.